What is going on, everybody? 2Bob29 back in the lounge yet again. Make sure to kick back, relax, and grab some snacks. Today it's time for another Prize Wall Eval, and this time we've got the world's best Flash Feuds Prize Wall. That is right. There's a lot of stuff on this Prize Wall for a lot of people. Some gears make their return. It is the return of Jacob Fatu and the Red Pants gear. It is also the return of Jey Uso and the Yeet gear, CM Punk and his Voice of the Voiceless gear, the Radical Revolutionary Seth Rollins with his Dusty Rhodes gear. Plenty of good stuff. So make sure to kick back, relax, and grab some snacks for this one, because this is a big one. I know a lot of people have been complaining about this prize wall and saying that they don't really like it. To me, it's a little bit odd, because to me this prize wall has a lot of goodies on it. Now, that being said, it might also be because of the amount of prize wall medallions that I have. As you can see, yes, it is on the screen. I'm not afraid to share what I've done. I definitely have spent more than my fair share this weekend. Wanted to get me a CM Punk, really wanted to get me the gear, and was hoping that I had pulled it. I did not, but nevertheless, I am here. This is where I'm at. I maxed out the Ruby market. I maxed out the solo contest. I got a lot of points. This weekend, I did not hit 300 million feud war score. As I have mentioned, I'm very busy. This is a very busy time of year for me, with April 15th on the horizon and tax day. So I am just busy. I'm tired, I'm busy, I'm swamped, I'm exhausted. I'm recording this video at 1 in the morning right now. So yeah, there's just a lot going on. But nevertheless, the Prize Wall Eval is here, and hopefully I can help you decide what it is that you want to spend your prize wall on. Now, sure, I'm sure plenty of you don't have, 100 plus prize wall out there. And if you do, you probably already know what you wanted, because you wouldn't have gotten to 100 prize wall unless you had something in mind. So you probably don't need to watch this video, just to be realistic. But for those of you that aren't there, or for those of you that want to see what it is that I'm going to be getting, feel free to stick around. So the Punk gear, really, really strong, right? Punk is actually a really strong character. He fits in amongst some of the top acros in the game, especially with his gear. I'm not really sure how great he is at gold with his gauntlets and the color turn setup, but that triple green setup is something fierce, and his gear allows him to not need a single MP trainer for it. So very, very huge win there. Seth Rollins with the Dusty gear, the Radical Revolutionary gear, it's not too shabby, but I also remember that it wasn't all that expensive the very first time that it was around. It's a nice little pick-me-up for only 10. Is it something that I would tell you is the first thing that you should go after? No, but it's nothing to I guess, look over or glance over. Not a bad choice for 10 prize wall. Both of the 100 prize wall gears, the Red Pants gear for Jacob Fatu and the Yeet gear for Jey Uso, both of these gears are huge. Jacob Fatu's gear gives +4 multi-strength, and that's a massive pick-me-up in terms of his damage. Jey Uso's gear gives him, I think it's 300% all gem damage, and Jey is a gem damage freak in this game, so both fantastic. If you have both Jacob and Jey and don't have either gear, I would probably lean towards telling you to take Jey's gear, not because of the I guess availability is the word I'm looking for either of these, but just in terms of how strong it makes Jey and keeps Jey for moving forward. He's a hitter, and he hits really, really hard. Old school gear for Brett, pretty cool. Not really sold on the fact that it's 30 medallions. Brett's good. He's a solid Attitude Era striker. Solid Brett. The old school gear definitely helps. I made a video on him with the gear not too long ago, so if you're looking for some intel in regards to gameplay, with the gear, you could definitely check that out. It is featuring the Ninja Turtle entourage and the gear, so hopefully it will help your decision making if you feel the need to get it or not. But probably dead last even after the Radical Revolutionary gear for me on this prize wall. And then the gold edition gear for Hall of Fame Ron Simmons. The assumption is going to be that would be your second gear, so the power gem side of things, that would be really, really good for him. Does he need it? No, of course he doesn't need it, but it definitely is a nice pick-me-up in terms of his power gems. 200% bonus on his power gems. He makes, I think it's strength 100,000, and it's the bottom 5 rows. So you're talking about an additional 7 million damage, just baseline, right? That's nice, especially since you get to hit multiple times. So even if you hit twice, right, that's 14 mil just alone on having that gear, and that's a decent amount of damage. Nothing again that is like world beating, game changing like some of the super expensive gears, but definitely a good pick me up. And then for the first time, we have gear chips on the prize wall. So the MLC blog, I believe, has the updated list of all of the gears that you can get with gear chips. That was a brand new update that they came out with recently, and so there's a bunch of new characters, not new characters, but bunch of characters that you can get old gears for that they have introduced into the game. So like Hall of Fame Rey Mysterio, Trickster Rey Mysterio, Trickster R-Truth, Tongaloa, Brutus Creed, Julius Creed, Hall of Fame DDP, both the Alis, Striker and Goat. Some Hall of Famers like Dusty and Yoko and Andre, like bunch of characters on there, right? All these guys have gears on there. Some of them are, 100K. Others are 300K. Some of them are 500K. Some of them are 1 million. So a lot of these gears are available to you if you feel like, I have everything else that's on this wall. I don't really feel the need to spend any more money, and maybe I can pick up some of these gears for characters that I really want to play. This would be where these gear chips would come in handy. I don't really, at this point in time, I don't really have good information on whether or not you should take these. This is all going to be very dependent in terms of your roster, what gears that you might already have, what the rest of the prize wall has that you may not have, and then you'd have to weigh it out personally of like, well, am I really going to use Grayson Waller with his 2 gears, or am I going to use someone like Jey Uso Yeet? Or do I have Tech Liv from the month and I really want 150% gem damage strap for her? Or am I 200 shards short of, Hall of Fame DDP, but I don't have his gears, so I'm debating if I want his gears or if I want to just get him from the shards, right? Like, all of these things are going to be based on your roster and your experience. Right now, I would suggest not getting the gear chips if there's other things on the prize wall that you're still missing. So it's very touch and go in terms of what you want to do with that. It's personal preference, right? Then there's the 150% gem damage straps for all the characters we've gotten this month. So Punk, Dirty Dom, Bull Nakano, Liv Morgan, Revenge Tour, and Hornswoggle. All of these are 150 gem damage straps. All of them are 20, other than Bull, which is 10. They've picked up their game in terms of these, right? I used to always complain about the contest champion straps and how horrible they are. These are just straight up 150s, right? That's the best strap that we got in the game right now is 150% damage. They're all gem damage. They're all gem damage characters other than Liv against the Powerhouse. Look, if you're missing out on a strap, like Dirty Dom is Modern Striker. If you don't have a good Modern Striker strap, then by all means go for it. Kind of like what I was talking about with the Zombie Bailey thing, that I didn't have a good Modern Striker move damage strap. I just caved and I took a 150 move damage for Zombie Bailey. So That's kind of where these straps fit in. They're way better than the old contest straps where it's like, oh, you got to roll for extra turn, bleed immunity, stun immunity, like just nonsense, wacky nonsense. So if you're missing a strap, if you don't have a good one on your account, if you have a strap but it's not gem damage and you want to get an upgrade, this is where you can get them, and it's not a bad shout. Now we're on to the characters. Claymore Drew, he's okay. His coach is outdated now that we have other people who do what he does better. Hip Hop Hustler Cena, this is the first time we've seen shards since his month. They're there, but they are expensive. I don't think there's many people who are within that shard count. If you are, then yeah, it would be silly to not get those shards. Cena's tippy top of the game right now. Super rare, and a huge win for anybody's roster. Jey Uso also up there. You can see how expensive his shards are. They are not giving you as many as Hip Hop Hustler. And then yeah, they're not charging you as much, but the payout, you gotta pay 56 medallions for 250 Jey Uso shards. You gotta pay 35 for 200 Cena. So obviously they're valuing Yeet a whole lot, and that makes sense. He's amazing. There's Nia Jax shards, obviously, a big pick-me-up for people that are still chasing her via a shard recruit, myself included. There's Nation of Domination Rock. I know some of you are pretty close to him at this point, so huge pick-me-up there. Great trainer, solid fighter. Lyra is an amazing fighter. Not so much on the trainer coach side of things. Julius Creed, 10 for 300 is a massive pick-me-up. Julius is still amongst the tippy top technicians in the game. Story continues. Cody Rhodes. I know some people swear by this guy as their powerhouse. And to me, this is just an example of how good the powerhouse class is. I don't think I would ever use Cody Rhodes unless he was a requirement, just because of how good the rest of the powerhouses that I have are. Austin, amazing. Raphael, amazing. Zombie Punk, amazing. Hogan, amazing. It's like, I'm not saying Cody's bad by any stretch, but for me, it's like, I'm not losing sleep over not using Cody Rhodes. You know what I mean? And he's gold for me too. So he's good. He's definitely good. TNM Taker. To me, this is a crazy price tag. 23 for 100. His day has way come and gone. He was good when he could one-tap people in the 6-star silver meta. He does not one-tap people any longer in the 6-star gold meta. Don't get me wrong, very strong, especially with the purples. A lot of fixins can definitely make him hit strong. He moved from move damage over to gem damage, which is why I was talking about Zombie Bailey earlier, about moving from move damage to gem damage in that video. It's a good pick-me-up when you can do that. Just depends if you want to do that. And then we have OTC. So OTC's here, 30 medallions for $150 on the shards. Very expensive, but OTC, he gets that treatment. Mine was doing 100 million outside of feud, and then close to 140, 150, 160 in feud, and he's bronze. He's 6-star bronze doing these numbers. So yeah, OTC is he's a beast of a character. So it makes sense. Bubba Ray Dudley, solid. Bronson Reed, more of a CSS than anything. But yeah, your selection of characters here for shards, this is who's who right now of characters that you could pick up. There's also a 3 price for 100 JD McDonough shards. A lot of people should have him since he was one of the new monthly chases from our anniversary month in December. If you don't, not a bad little shout. If you're close, I would not suggest doing this. Like if you know you're 800 shards away, that's silly. CM Punk shards also here, 100 for 5. This used to be a very, very, very rare character, and then they just kept on shoveling his shards into prize walls. So if you're close to him, that's not a bad shout either. I won't use Punk personally anymore. Ever since I've gotten Zombie Punk, and now that I have the new Voice of the Voiceless Punk, I won't use this Punk unless he's required. And then when he is, I won't use the triple green because I cascade too much with it. So that's just a personal irk or whatever you want to call it. These straps are okay, but they're only 100s. That's what I don't like about these. If they were 100, 130, 150, sure. But the fact that they're only 100s, I'm not buying them. It's cool. You can roll your class. You can roll your era. There's no PG. There's no reality. There's no what's it called? Icons of WrestleMania. Like there's no or Hall of Fame. There's none of those four eras. And in this one, they brought in the Ruthless Aggression era for some reason, which that's fine. But no, I'm not going for these. If they were 150 randoms or 100 to 150, maybe a chance, but no shot for me here. And then cleanup crew stuff, right? You have tokens, so just 6 gold tokens. These medals, again, you should slap yourself if you accidentally spend on those. Tokens again, moment coins again, coins, strap parts. It's all your cleanup crew stuff, right? So you already know what to do with all that. Now, all that being said, I've been rambling a whole lot. I really want to get this Voice of the Voiceless gear. I really want this MP for Punk. I don't know when it's going to come around again. I don't know if it does come around again, if it's going to be cheap, if it's going to be expensive. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and get it now. So there is my Voice of the Voiceless gear. And then we also have our Ron Simmons Hall of Fame Gold Edition Ron Simmons. For me, no reason in passing up this gear with my additional prize wall that I have. So we're going to go ahead and take the Ron Simmons gear. So that's 2 new gears for me. And that leaves me with 23 medallions. Now, I've been debating what to do with these 23 medallions for a while. I can get a 150% Punk strap, and Punk is gem damage, so that would be a really nice pick-me-up. I could pick up 200,000 gear chips, which that's kind of cool too. You know, there's some gears out there that I still don't have. I could pick up both sets of Nia Jax shards. That's 200 more on the pursuit of recruiting her. I can pick up a couple of these move damage straps because I have gem damage for practically everything under the sun, but move damage is still limited, right? Like maybe I could have rolled into a modern striker here for Zombie Bailey. And, you know, maybe I could just take econ, take, you know, cleanup crew stuff. I was debating on what I wanted to do here. I've decided that because I already have 100% gem damage strap for Punk, that I don't want to spend this much on 150% gem damage strap. It doesn't feel like it's worth it. I don't want to go with these 100% move damages because they're not up to 150. So it's kind of a double-edged sword. I don't need the 150 for Punk. The flip side is I would really like, if I'm going to start investing in move damage straps, for them to be the new ones, the 150s, instead of the 100s, because if I get a 100 and it's like, congrats, you got a 100, now it's already going to feel out of date as we move forward into the 150s. So it's a little bit of a weird argument and a weird double-edged sword, but I don't see the value in either of those sets of straps. And the Nia Jax shards, I'm at like 900 of her. She's at 3,000. I'm really honestly leaning to just pick her up from the club store and just kind of move on. Because the amount of money that I've spent in loot pulls and the amount of prize wall that I'm dumping onto her shards, it's just so much. And so it has me thinking, do I just say screw it and take the gear chips? I mean, this is only a one-time offer, actually, I'm seeing now, so I can't even do that even if I want to. But I think I'm going to just cave. I'm going to take the Nia shards. I don't really think there's anything else here that I could possibly want. I will take one set of coins because that'll put me at exactly 22. And yeah, I think I'm just going to take these Nia shards. I can't rationalize taking anything else here. So Nia Jax Shards 1 and Nia Jax Shards 2, and that will put me at 1,140 Nia Jax Shards, and my prize wall is done. So that's going to be it for this one. That's the end of the video. If you like the video, make sure to like it. If you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button. Make sure to share with all your friends who are going to keep on asking what they should do for the prize wall. And then even after you send them this video, they'll still ask you questions, because they still do that to me too. And leave some comments below. What did you think about the contest? What did you think about the weekend? What did you get to walk away with? I try my best to answer every single one of your questions. I really, really do. And I thank you all for hanging out with me. It's been a hectic time for me recently, and I apologize tremendously to each and every last one of you out there who goes out of your way to view this content. It means a lot to me. It really, really does. So thank you all very, very much. And I hope you all had a fantastic weekend. But until next time, everybody, have a good one.